occasionally a story will come across my desk that goes beyond the business opportunity or the product testimonials, and that, I think, is what I would classify Freddie's Inc.
When I was 13, I was a junior counselor at a summer camp and having a lot of fun, and suddenly began being very, very, very tired. And 5 days later, I was in the hospital in an iron lung and had no movement at all, and I had polio.
She is very dedicated and very caring. She never makes excuses, and she's very inspiring.
I really wanted to go to college. And in those days, there wasn't the ADA, the American Disabilities Act. And the department was up winding stairs. My classmates would carry me up the stairs. And, this has been the way my whole life has been. When I've needed something, a door opened and there it was.
As we started doing our list of contacts, then we thought about Freddie, and that's how we introduced that video to her also.
I got a call from this fellow, Roberto Rivera. Something that I had to look at on this website. I just had to look at that. Okay, lifeaddies.com. What's that? Well, okay, nothing better to do. I'd go check it out.
And as she shared her story, I realized her story was much more than just Protandim. It was a story about life, about overcoming obstacles, about helping others, about making the world a better place, about giving back, about being grateful. It was about LifeVantage.
As part of having polio, there's the post-polio syndrome, which comes about 30 years after onset. And that's when my breathing problems started. I needed to call upon my friends, neighbors, to help me suction, particularly since my husband's death. No way could I have done it alone. And, I need somebody to drive me to Elite Academy, to the premier schools. Who does this? Put those in my downline, my group.
Freddie's story is one of someone who couldn't do it without others. And she knows it, and she's grateful for it. Yet, every time you see her or interact with her, you walk away thinking, I couldn't do it without Freddie.
LifeVantage is about commitment. LifeVantage is about friendship. LifeVantage is service.
And that's what life's all about.
I'm 54 years old, and I started getting sick in January of 2002. I had pain that started in my neck and in my shoulders and continued to go throughout my whole body in a very short time. My doctor told me I had fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue. He put me on Lyrica. It did nothing. The pain increased so much, so quickly, that I was soon living with a pain level above 8 at all times. I was trying everything natural that I could get my hands on. I was already eating healthy for very many years, but this was not enough. I even tried acupuncture, then IVs with total nutrition. After thousands and thousands of dollars later, I was still sick and getting sicker by the day. Then I was told I had very severe acid reflux. I started on Nexium, the purple pill. Then I was told I had osteoarthritis and IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. Then I was told I had osteoporosis to the severity of a 90-plus-year-old woman. My doctor put me on Altelvia 1 time a week, vitamin D3, and calcium 2 times a day. Then I was told I had rheumatoid arthritis. My hands and my feet were in so much pain, and my fingers, especially my thumbs, were swollen and starting to turn. For the pain, my doctor put me on tramadol to the highest dosage you can take, Neurontin, chlorzoxazone, Savella. I was also taking up to 42 natural supplements a day. With a regimen of 42 supplements a day, up to 11 pain meds a day, I was still living in pain. Even if I wanted to go anywhere, I had to rest for days beforehand, and then for just a short time of going out and doing anything at all, I would crash for at least 3 to 7 days. Needless to say, this is not a life that I would want anyone to have. A little over a year ago, one of my best girlfriends told me about Protandim. Her husband is a doctor, and they told me I need to get on this product ASAP. I was very reluctant to try anything else at all. My husband and I had already spent hundreds of thousands of dollars trying to get me well. The last thing I wanted to do is take another supplement. After my girlfriend pursued me for 3 months, and thank God she didn't give up on me, I gave in to try Protandim for 90 days only. September 21st, 2012, I took my first Protandim. Backing up to September 1st, we had 2 daughters get married in 2 months. September 1st was the first wedding. I crashed before the wedding, during the wedding, and after the wedding. At the end of November, our second daughter got married. By this time, I was on Protandim for at least 7 weeks. I danced at her wedding. The next morning, the bride and groom came over to our house to see how I was doing. They thought for sure that I would be crashed for at least a week. To my husband and my surprise, and to my daughter and her new husband, I was feeling tired but did not have the severe pain that I had been so accustomed to living with. They wanted to go to breakfast, and off we went. On the way to breakfast, I asked my husband if he's noticed anything different. And he said, yes, what are you doing? And I said, well, the only thing I'm doing differently is taking Protandim every single morning. We both looked at each other and said, we have to share this Protandim with as many people as we possibly can, as fast as we can. After taking Protandim for 4 months, and thank goodness I kept taking it past the 90 days, after 4 months and 1.5 weeks, I had weaned myself off of all prescription drugs, and eventually, as my bottles ran out of the supplements, I did not replace them at all. The only thing I take now is 1 Protandim, calcium, and vitamin D3 every morning. This alone is saving my husband and I hundreds of dollars every month. September 21st, 2013 will be 1 year that I've been on Protandim. I will never ever go off of this. It has changed my life, and I am so grateful. I enjoy my husband, my children, and my grandchildren tremendously now, and I have my life back. My pain level today is as low as a 1 to 2, and some days I don't even feel any pain at all. I very rarely experience acid reflux. My osteoporosis has improved by 5.3% of my hips and 3.6% overall in my entire body. Rheumatoid arthritis is much, much better. No flare-ups. My fingers are no longer swollen, so I can wear my wedding rings, which I haven't been able to do that in many, many years. IBS is under control. Osteoarthritis the pain is at the bare minimum, and I am so blessed. This is not a miracle pill. This is not going to heal you. What Protandim does is it turns on our own bodies to do what they're supposed to do, heal themselves. This is what God intended for our bodies to do. Everything I have is linked to oxidative stress. If Protandim reduces oxidative stress by up to 40% in 30 days, then I knew back then, and I still believe now with all my heart, that it will help you because it's helped all my diseases. Thank you very, very much for listening to my story. There are a lot more testimonies out there with Protandim that are much more exciting than mine. Just know that you do not have to live the way you've been. There is hope, and it started with Protandim for me, and it can for you too. Thank you so much.
I have been diagnosed with cancer, malignant melanoma cancer, over 3 years ago. I've been battling it with alternative medicine for the last 18 months, since basically January of 2012, and that battle has continued. That included the use of dietary changes, alkalizing my body, taking some vitamin C, pretty good sized doses, medicinal mushrooms, enzymes, vitamin B17, first in tablet form, most recently in the injectable form with DMSO, this battle has basically kept me going. I did extensive use with black salve, and I'm real impressed with it. In my particular case, the cancer was a little too far advanced before I got started, but it certainly does work well on the local tumor sites. I can highly recommend it. But as you know, with all the, if you've been following my videos for any length of time, you know that I don't really endorse particular products or promote or sell any particular products. But this is one that I've got to share with you. This is a new product, or at least it's new to me. Apparently it's not that new. The company's actually been around for 10 years that put out the product, but it's really recently become available in a distribution network that allows people to find this stuff. There's been television interviews, doctors, a few celebrities have spoken on it. There's a lot of research that's been done on this since 2005. ABC Primetime did a report on it in 2005, and after that report there's been a lot of research by several peer reviews and papers put out on it. I'm going to put some links below to help you that are interested in this product. It's called Protandim, and I'm using it here. Here's a bottle right here, so you can get to see what it looks like. I'm using it as a addition to my present protocol that I'm using. I'm adding this to my protocol. I don't know whether this has all the properties LifeVantage claims it does, but I can only tell you that I've been taking this stuff for a couple of weeks now, and I already feel amazingly different. So my wife is now also using the product, the True Science Anti-Aging Cream. This stuff also I think is super. I'm even putting some of it on locally on my skin in areas that I think will help me. But anyway.
My name's Kalei Mendiola. It's February 23rd, 2011, and I have early onset Parkinson's. I'm 42 years old, and today is the first day of taking LifeVantage Protandim. And so we wanted to document what my Parkinson's symptoms are right now.
Alright, so let's take a look and see what type of range of motion we have with your arm.
Well, my left arm is worse than my right arm, so I'll just show that. I tend to hold it, and when I walk it doesn't swing, and it's hard for me to do because it's more of a rigid motion. As compared to my right arm, it's much better. What else should I do?
Maybe put your arms out to the side. Okay.
I feel kind of funny standing here.
So what are you doing right now in terms of a protocol for?
Well, I'm eating really healthy, no grains, and no animal products. And I'm exercising in the morning and evening. So I'm doing kind of a cleansing program via Dr. Melter.
All right. So we'll check in with you every week and see how you progress on the Protandim.
Sounds
Here's
good.
to your health. One.
Hi, I'm Kalei, and it's March 5th, and I've been on the Protandim for 10 days now. And on last Wednesday, March 2nd, I noticed a difference in my arms. In the fluidity of them. I can do this much easier instead of a jerky motion. As you noticed on the first thing, it was much jerkier. It just feels a lot smoother, and that's really exciting. And hope to see more results. Hi, this is Kalei again. It's been 20 days since I started taking Protandim, and I just wanted to give a quick update to say that my arm movement is still really fluid. and I haven't had any improvements in the tremors yet, but I do feel like it's actually I'm a little bit less overall, although I am still having the tremors. I have been exercising, trying to do twice a day for 15 minutes, and I've been eating vegan, and overall I've been sleeping better, and feeling better, having more energy, and really excited about this especially because it's helpful for life.
They're easy and fun.
Yeah. Well, welcome back to Dr. Noah's YouTube, and I have one of my favorite patients back in, Cindy, and Cindy's been on this exciting type of compound that we're talking about, Protandim. It's a NRF2 activator, which is, you know, cutting edge type of technology. Not only is it an antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, anti-fibrotic compound, but it's actually genetic engineering of up to 600 of the surviving genes. So anyway, that's all nice, you know, scientific term like that. Let's talk about the bottom line about why people want to be healthy and happy. So Cindy, what's the changes that you've noticed?
Well, I've noticed that I have a lot more energy, and my joints, I would say, feel probably about 60%
Nice,
better.
nice.
I didn't have like real serious joint issues, but
Right.
just I'm 54. Just when I stand up to start to walk,
Right.
and a little creaky. And
That's it?
I've definitely noticed improvement there.
Excellent, excellent. Well, thanks for bringing that. So talk to you soon. Bye.
As a patient advocate, I stumbled upon Protandim almost 3 years ago. And I went on a search around the world to kind of figure out, okay, I know that there's Western medication, but is there anything I can do to complement my Western medication? Well, you know, as I did some research myself, just basic research. Start to find out that, you know, it's oxidative stress. So what do I have to do to reduce it? So I started running around taking, I'm telling you, it was a period of time, I'm trying to eat as many blueberries as I can get. I'm trying to find anything in the marketplace. I won't say the names of some other products, but a couple of those products I was drinking 2 or 3 glasses of, thinking that it was helping me. Someone introduced me to Protandim. I just looked at the research and figured out, hey, wait a minute, I have to take 360 oranges in one day to get the same effect of one pill? Sold. You know, and that's what started me down this process. Now I'm thinking that I've added to my quiver, you know, a really, really, really vital weapon that will help me solve the antioxidant category. Now let's move over to the next one. And that's what really started me. So that's from a basic standpoint. And then when I find out that it's backed by clinical trials, it's backed by studies, it's backed by thousands of years of science, why wouldn't you use a product?
Hi there, my name is Nancy Levitt and I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I've had such amazing product results from using Protandim by LifeVantage, and I want to share that with you in hopes that you will experience some of the same things. The most important thing to know is that this product works 100% of the time. It's proven, it's documented, and it's measurable. And so I want to tell you what's happened with me and the symptoms that I was having and all the symptoms that have subsided. My background is in fitness and nutrition. I'm a mom of 4 and a wife, and very, very high level of stress in my life with the 4 kids and running a business. And I had real achy joints from teaching aerobics for so many years. And after just a few weeks of using Protandim, that subsided immediately. I was also using some anxiety medication, and I noticed that all of my symptoms from anxiety started going away. So my doctor weaned me off that medication, and I just feel very calm and very focused. I no longer struggle with ADD, and joint pain is gone. But the most profound thing that happened to me, otherwise, besides, you know, I have more energy and I have better sleep. I don't need as much sleep. But what was really miraculous to me is I've suffered and struggled with skin cancer for years, and it was due to you know, being a sun worshiper and it being light complected and light eyed. I have fair skin and was in tanning beds for years and was outside for years, and I had suffered major skin damage. And actually, I've had several surgeries removing skin cancer. In fact, my entire top lip was cut off. I've had 10 different surgeries on my chest of spots removed, basal cell carcinoma and squamous cell. And I had 2 spots on my forehead that my doctor said needed to be removed and 1 spot on my leg. And I was using Protandim and also True Science. And I've been using the product for about 6 weeks. I wanted to wait to have this surgery done because, number one, it's obviously expensive, and it causes, you know, different scars and such, and then you have to have other treatments to help remove that. And so after 6 weeks of using Protandim and True Science, the 2 spots on my forehead completely disappeared, and the spot on my leg completely disappeared as well. And so symptoms of skin cancer, totally gone. I haven't had any issues. I've been on the product now for 6 months, and I just feel better and better every day. It's been just a miraculous thing for me. And our bodies do the miracles. You know, we have to really give credit to our body and the miraculous things that our bodies can do when given the proper nutrients and the natural remedies that are out there. So I just want to share that with all of you, and I'm very grateful.
Wow, that's non-stop energy. Well, I cannot even imagine. And just for example, last night, you did a show last night that was 90 minutes starting at 7:30.
That's right.
Then you went through that. Then you came here. You're here this morning.
That's right.
Doing all of this.
It's non-stop. I don't sleep anymore.
No. All right, so where do you get the energy? Seriously, I mean, look at you.
Well,
I mean, we've known each other a long time.
Yeah.
We've passed. You don't ever get older.
Well, thank you. It's quite funny because, you know, people are kind of shocked when they hear that I'm 54 years old, and they say, how do you keep your youth? I have found something, Dr. Phil, that I think is the closest thing to the fountain of youth.
Oh, you do have a secret.
I have a secret, and I've never really talked about it. I've been doing this for the last 2 years. It's called Protandim, and it works. And I'm telling everybody about this.
You feel differently.
I do.
Because you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you're hitting the times, you're getting where you're supposed to be.
I have
you're
to
doing
be on the spot all the time.
Yeah, welcome back to Dr. Noah's YouTube update, and I have Talia. Say hi.
Hi.
There you go. And Talia's been on Protandim now for about 30 days, so tell us a little bit about what's happening and how you've been feeling, what kind of changes occurred.
Well, I found that I'm less painful. I have little problems growing with arthritis in my fingers, and I have less of the almost stinging pain that I had in there. My low back is much improved, and I'm finding with my workout I don't have the pains right afterwards, and I don't wake up so stiff I can't move. I'm actually able to move and enjoy my life.
Any other type of changes in terms of activities of daily living or how you're kind of feeling?
Well, I'd say I feel pretty even-keeled.
Nice. So energy levels a little bit more balanced, not the highs and lows. We like that. That's good. Anything else?
Well, my husband feels the same way. He's actually noticed that he's having less pain and he's feeling more comfortable generally.
I like it. And he's a doctor. Holy moly, that's good.
He's a doctor of chiropractic.
That's
even better.
Ah, I like that too. So thanks, Talia.
Thank you.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. It is the 19th of February, 2011, and I've had enough time taking the Protandim now that I can actually give you a decent testimonial on this stuff. And I'm actually blown away. It met all of my expectations, and I had extremely high expectations for what this stuff should do. And before I got it, I think, all right, if it'll do everything they're claiming, if it's going to clean out aluminum oxide, fluoride, if it's going to clean out all this natural oxidation and unnatural oxidation and otherwise toxicity that's occurring from daily life and everything else, then I expect mental clarity, I expect my joint pain to quit hurting, I expect to sleep better, I expect more energy, and I have got all of it, every bit of it. Now, for the first week of taking it, just about nothing happened. The second week, I actually had flu symptoms for 3 days when it kicked in and when it really started to detox. Something about being detoxed that fast, it can have a nasty side effect. So fair warning, or to those of you taking it that have experienced that, it's not a bad thing and it's not a reason to stop taking it. It's just going to happen. And it occurred to me, you know, we are really, really toxic creatures. Must be. And we got people actively working to make us that way. You know, we've got people spraying us with this, even if it's to protect us from solar activity. And I really don't know the reason for chemtrails, but they're really spraying aluminum, nanoparticle aluminum, strontium, barium, etc., etc. This stuff's going to wear on your body heavily, heavily. And when it all comes flushing back out, it's like a junkie that just got pulled off a needle. It does not feel good. It's not comfortable. But now that I'm on the other end of it, I'm sleeping better. I'm dreaming better. My my thinking has gotten entirely clear. I'm able to remember things that I haven't been able to remember in years, and it's just I have this clarity finally. And I've been dealing with a lot of just depressive issues, probably a lot of it because I focus so much on the negative that's going on in the world. But that's in the last week, it's like that weight has lifted off my shoulders. It does say a lot for what's being done in our environment to I don't know, to keep us under the boot, if you will, even if it's under a chemical boot. But I was so laden with just shit. There's no other word to say it. I was just laden with so much shit that I feel like a new person again, having been cleared out. And listen to this. This is a testimonial I got from somebody else. I'm just going to read about half of this. And that person, Karen, if you would like to upload a video response, you can post it as a video response to this. You can load the video and let me know, and I'll load it on this channel, whatever you'd like to do. But this is what she says. Both my fiance and I are thrilled with the product. We've noticed clear thinking, better eyesight, improved sleep, and both of us are feeling so much better. We are self-employed. We have 10 rental properties. They're very busy. They work hard. She says that muscles are recovering quicker, and I've had tendonitis in my right elbow for 6 months. That has cleared up since taking Protandim. I can't thank you enough for getting the word out on this antioxidant. And you know what? For myself, I've ruptured my Achilles tendon. It's not bothering me anymore. I've got torn cartilage in both knees. I've had 1 meniscectomy. My knees aren't bothering me anymore. And I've read studies on antioxidants. Supposedly, once you really start cleaning out, you start reducing inflammation on a molecular level, on a cellular level. So it's like having, it's certainly not Motrin or any kind of medicine, but it reduces inflammation all throughout your body in a different fashion. Anyway, so that is my testimonial on it. And those of you that have been doing this and you actually know how good it is now, I just want to let you know this thing will sell itself. Once you take it, once you get cleaned out, you know that you need to keep getting that in there because somebody else is always working to put something back in it. Even if it's just through your own bad habits, you're always making your body toxic again. So it sells itself. If you'd like to get involved in the sales of it, if you have a network, it is an easy way to make some money and help people get themselves cleaned up, which, you know, it's two good things at the same time. All you got to do is have a network to get it out there. And once people have tried it, again, it sells itself. So thanks, everybody, for your time. And